15 years ago, I was told there's nothing left.
It's only a movie. I spit on your grave.
Kill them all. There's things out there.
Special work to do here, you and me.
Much too public display of power, guys.
Whatever I have resurrected through this book is sure to come calling for me.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Three Corners of Horror, live here on Horror Fiend TV. I am Joe. Thank you for joining the show. We have got a full house tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and make a little quick rounds here. First up, welcoming back to the show, looking good. We can actually see all of you in your glory. Albert, how are you doing tonight?
Pretty good. How's it going, guys? Thanks for having me back.
Glad you can join.
Yes, welcome back.
And of course, our fourth corner. How you doing, Lexi?
Good. Long story short, I'm fasting. So, ahead of time, I apologize for my catitude, but it's your fault.
All right. Hey, don't be using my line. That's my excuse. And the villain, my brother JR. What's going on? Cold over there, bro?
Oh, it's
yeah,
frozen.
it's a little chilly up here. Not too bad. Not what it was used to before, but yeah, it's funny because when I left Florida, I left the cold with you guys.
Yeah, it's cold down here. I'm kind of regretting that I'm in
Yes,
shorts
it
right now.
I'm in shorts too.
Yeah, I'm kind of regretting it. I had socks on, but I'm feeling a little cold already. And of course, I know we're still doing the dry January, but still my beer brother, Ricky. How you doing?
My man's got me drinking by myself, son.
Nah, Albert's drinking with you.
I could always count on Albert for some. Yeah, there we go. See what I tell
Yeah,
you.
no,
Man.
Albert.
No such thing as dry January for these two gentlemen over here. What up, son?
Hey, I got a THC drink. That's pretty close.
Yeah, no, I got water.
Oh, I'm sure Joe is nice as fuck, though.
Well, I mean, of
Oh,
course.
maybe not. Maybe not.
It's
I'm
got to
just-
be California.
I'm
I mean,
just- I'm
I
just
may be,
messing with
I may be in Florida, but I kind of do it California. But yeah, so I'm just curious on one thing before we get going. Lexi, was this the first watch?
It is.
Wow. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
I know.
I knew it.
I was 6 years old. Okay.
Lots
Yeah.
When this came out.
That's 30 years. So, no.
Oh, I know. And it's funny because
It just
she
never was introduced to me and never came across. Nobody told me about it.
yeah, and it's funny because when she
Didn't know.
said she started it, she's on her phone messaging, and both Ricky and I are like, "Put your phone down." So it's a first watch, and you're on your phone. Like that's a.
Well, I texted before I even hit play, and then I started it, and then I had to pause again to say, "Holy fuck, George Clooney is hot in this movie."
Hey, Mrs. Wilson.
Hello,
Hi,
Mrs.
Mrs.
Wilson.
Wilson.
I just
Always,
said hi to
always
her
a
before.
pleasure. Always a pleasure. And of course, here goes your boy Joe.
Uh-oh.
I love
Yeah.
Adam.
I know he can't be serious, Joe. You must have strangled him when you saw this. If he's gonna come
I'm-
in like that,
Eh,
bro.
I'm curious.
Oh,
I'm gonna be curious what he's gonna be
chill,
saying
chill,
in there.
chill, chill. What up, Mama Rose?
Hey, Mom.
Hey,
How you
Mama
doing,
Rose.
Rose?
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting the fact that we got a first viewing on this.
Hold on a second. Lexi, that's her first. Was it Adams too?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Uh-oh.
See, I'm not alone.
No,
Thank
I
you,
could've-
Adam.
The thing is, I could have sworn I had him watch it
But
with
Joe,
me.
see,
at
you
one
should know
point.
better. She was 6 years old. You could have guided him along the way somewhere.
Here's
So
the
you're trying
thing,
to tell me
he-
you saw this movie at least 10 to 20 times since you've been with him, and he's never walked in. Hey, what you watching?
I'm sure
Nah,
he
get the fuck
has.
outta
I'm
here.
sure he has. That's what I'm trying to say. He's
Nah.
claiming that he don't remember it,
I'll just
but
get
I'm like, no. I'm saying I believe that he just doesn't remember. But as many times I've seen it, I know at some point in time I played it for him. I mean, again, because
Hold on. You know the funny thing? Before I came on, I was downstairs. I was like, man, I'm craving some popcorn. And here's Albert with the popcorn. Somebody else craving popcorn. We don't have any in the house.
Oh, don't talk
It's
food.
Albert's fault.
I'm on
It's
day
Albert.
4.
No, it's Albert's fault because I thought the same thing. I'm like, damn it, I made a burger like just maybe about an hour ago. I'm like, I'm kind of hungry, and I'm like, popcorn.
I'm living
like, I think it's
vicariously
Albert's
through
on.
Albert.
He just keeps shoving more and more of that.
Day 4 fasting. Oh, I'm so hungry.
But yes, if you are joining us, if you just jumped on, this discussion tonight is going to be a retro review of the 1996 Robert Rodriguez, written by Quentin Tarantino movie From Dusk Till Dawn, which had a lot of fresh young faces at the time that gone and done some great stuff. Harvey Keitel as Jacob Fuller, George Clooney as Seth Gecko, Quentin Tarantino as Richard Gecko, Juliette Lewis, who is like one of my faves, as Kate Fuller, and Ernest Louis as Scott Fuller. Is pretty much your core cast, but along the way, there's a lot of other cameos. Somebody even plays 3 characters in the movie. This is a cult classic. It's been, again, I'm surprised when people say they haven't seen it, because so many people talk about it, and you're also talking about Quentin Tarantino. So yeah, there's that. But actually, because I'm always get nervous when Albert does come on, because you never know which side of the fence he's gonna jump on. I'm actually gonna go to Albert first on this one. I know I'm gonna get the first one, but I always get Albert makes me nervous because sometimes he'll be like, "Oh, so you invited me on for this one," and you're like, "Albert's coming in with the steak."
I feel like if we're gonna talk about the film From Dusk Till Dawn, we have to drop a mention to the movie that kind of planted the seed for this film, which was Vamp.
Yep.
Yeah or no?
No.
Is that with Grace Jones?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I never put 2 and 2 together, actually.
I mean, you got the 2 friends, you got
Yeah.
the strip club with the dancing and stuff. Flip out Grace Jones with Selma Hayek. I mean, yeah, I really liked From Dusk Till Dawn. And yeah, Quentin Tarantino, I mean, you take 2 different genres and mash them together like that, and I think it really came together well. I don't want to give too much away.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Keep going. Don't worry.
Oh no, this is the thing. It could have been a good standalone like crime film, like in that Quentin Tarantino style. Like one of my favorite scenes doesn't even have to do with anything horror. That first intro scene in the gas station Quick Mart or whatever it is. Oh my God. I loved that. Yeah. That was like, if I could have watched a whole movie just like that, you know what I mean? And George Clooney is just way too cool. And Quentin Tarantino being his brother, I feel like that's just such a good match. And who would have ever thunk if like you would have said that before? I would have been like, yeah, I don't know if they'd really work that well together, but they did really good. And then the fact that you put in a horror film also, that could have been its own separate thing, and they could have done their own horror film together. So the fact that they put it together like that, and I remember the first time watching it being super like kind of shocked at the transition from one to the other. So I kind of wish sometimes I could go back and watch it again for the first time, because it was such a trip I just remember it being a trip. Like what the fuck just happened right now? Like, so yeah. I love this movie. I think it's great.
Well, it's because you mentioned Vamps, because some of the inspiration was also Assault. Did I say it wrong? Vamps. I know, me and my plural. I
know. That's why I laughed. I know.
But it's also Assault on Precinct 13 was also an inspiration, and Tarantino loves Mexican horror, and I think Satan's Blood is the other inspiration, which is where the Salma character comes in. So I mean, and obviously, tying it all into at the end, giving it a background with it being Aztec vampires. I mean, as you said, you start from one thing and you end with like basically getting like folklore at the end of it. Miss Lexi.
Oh man, I enjoyed this film. Again, I didn't know what this film was about. I didn't watch I didn't watch the trailer. I didn't know what to expect. So when the cold open happened, I thought it was badass. And then George Clooney's fine ass. I was like, damn, he's young in this. And I didn't realize how sexy he was. And it was good to see him in a villain role, because I always grew up seeing him as Batman and being a hero. And so I was just like, oh, he's a badass. And that cold open was so awesome because I'm thinking like video game wise, like because I have to make Molotovs and throw it at people in my video game. So when he made the whole toilet paper and the gasoline and threw it, he's like, shoot the alcohol. And that was cool. As far as Tarantino, I'm not good with names unless I put it with a face. So I never saw Tarantino. But then when I saw him in that scene, I was like, wait a minute. I have seen his face before. I'm thinking I'd never seen because I always knew Tarantino as like the director of a film or a writer of a film or a producer of a film. But I'd never seen his face, or maybe I'm just not good with names and faces. And then when I saw him, I'm like, wait a minute, isn't he in Planet Terror also a sexual predator in that movie? So I'm just like, wait, so I have seen Tarantino before, but he was very creepy, as my mom said, gross, and definitely didn't like who he was as his character, but he did his character well. But like Albert said, them working together was awesome. Totally loved Cold Open. I thought it was going one direction as well. And I agree with Albert. Like if they would have kept the vampire scene out, I could picture where it could have gone if they would have, the family's getting kidnapped. They're trying to get across the border to get away from, police catching them because they just killed a whole bunch of police and civilians. And so I thought it was going that way. And so when they got to the titty twister bar, I was like, well, I mean, that's a way to celebrate, I guess, to, you just got across the border, you got away from the FBI and the police, and, the trailer scene where the FBI gets on and the daughter's like, do you mind? And so I thought that was cool. The dynamic of the family. I also like the dynamic of the family almost working together once they get to the titty twister bar, the family being kidnapped and the two convicts. So, but when the sexy girl came out, how do you say her name, Juan?
Salma Hayek.
Yeah. When she came out and she was, again, young as well, I was like, man, it's a 30-year-old movie. So knocking 30 years off of that, I was like, wow, she looks so young. I knew she was. But when she went all lizard vampire looking, I was like, wait, what the fuck just happened? I was so tuned in, though. It caught me off guard. I didn't know what was going to happen because I thought they were going to just hit up this bar and then, make their way to El Rey or wherever wherever they were going. But then I was like, what the fuck just happened? And then it's a bloodbath. And I'm like, holy fuck, what just happened? And then I also like that it wasn't a happy ending. It ends with Seth and Kate. And I like the fact that, and there were so many good one-liners in this film. I can't remember them all, but the one that I do remember that sums up my favorite character of this film, which is Seth, aka George Clooney, was the fact that he's like, I may be a bastard, but I'm not a fucking bastard. And so he gave her money. And so because, the father fails as a pastor, he fails protecting his family. The son dies. And then it's just him and Kate, the daughter in the convent. Oh, and then, we lose Tarantino as well. We lose Richie. So, there's a lot of failure in all aspects. So I do, although wonky to throw into like a Wild West type film, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I was like, it was a shocker for sure. Now you guys are talking about like older movies like Vamp. I don't know nothing about that. Sorry. But what it did remind me of was Smoke and Stack from Sinners. I can see where Sinners got their inspiration was this film because, it's like Richie and Seth, Stack and Smoke. So I'm like, this is almost similar. And the vampire scenes happen the last 30 minutes. So who did it best, in my opinion? From Dusk Till Dawn. It was just totally fucking awesome.
Good answer.
That's all
I'm
I
about to
gotta say
kick
on
you
that.
off.
Rick's face was like,
Rick is waiting. Rick is waiting.
No, the thing about Sinners, though, it was good, but a lot of people said last year, I saw so many people say, Sinners 2025, best film. No, and it was I don't think it was on any of our lists when we did our end of the year review. And I don't agree. I think it's a great movie. I think it's worth the watch. I don't think it's the best of 2025. However, it is worth the watch. I say go watch Sinners. However, this one was just by far with the detailing and there was more story background to it. I wanted more from Sinners. However, what I wanted more from, I got it from this film.
Nice. That's very good. By the way, I got to say, you sound great, Lexi.
Thanks.
Love the new mic. Love the new mic.
Adam says took forever to get there, but then there was not worth getting to. Quentin just bothers me as an actor, and Cutie George's acting was bad. Oh no. Oh,
I disagree.
I could understand everything else, but George Clooney acting. Well, you know what? Yeah, that's your opinion.
Yeah,
bro.
Tarantino is creepy, but
This was a young. He's fresh off of ER. He was already on ER, right, when this came out. I'm assuming so. He wasn't even a household name yet. He was getting there.
Well,
So-
he was doing a lot of sitcoms. He did. A lot
yeah.
Facts of life.
that's life. Yes.
Loco Tech says, "Hi Albert, Mr. Blood and Bruise. What's going on, Loco?"
What up?
And Adam says again, "Did I see the same movie as y'all? I did like Julia. No, I mean, listen. Obviously, it is your opinion, but to be honest with you, I think everyone could agree you're in the minority on this."
I could tell you where he checked out. It was when they got to the titty twister, and damn it, what the guy just kept he kept on saying pussy this, pussy, and then finally after he goes,
Cheech and
Jesus,
Chong.
how many times is he gonna keep saying pussy?
That's the
And he
joke.
just kept going and going, and I can tell at that point that was like we're kind of. I think it went.
I love that he
long
played
and
two
never
characters
got
in this
out of
film,
there.
though.
He played three. He was
Played three.
freaking.
Three?
Yeah,
I caught him
Yeah.
at the pussy scene. I caught him as Carlos. Where was the third one?
He's the border patrol guy.
The Border Patrol,
Border
I guess.
Patrol guy.
Oh, he was the one that got on.
Yeah.
So I did catch it. I just didn't know it was him.
Yep.
He had the glasses on.
Sorry. All right, JR, the villain.
Could we just talk about how we saw Danny Trejo 30 years in 1996?
Yes.
And he still looks old.
Love him.
This guy. I mean, I like watching him. He's a great actor. He's like
He's the best. Yeah.
oh, he is. He's
Machete.
awesome. His roles are funny.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. He's trying to kick him out the bar, and then he goes, Jacob goes, oh, I drive this, I in order for me to drive that, I need a CDL2. Here you go. Looks at it. What would you like to have? I mean, he totally changes his persona, but no, this movie is fun to watch. I agree with Albert. I do think that, I always do this, but I think if this was done in chapters, like chapter 1 was a gas station scene, and they would have still a little bit longer, that I do agree that like that scene felt like it needed to be a little bit longer, because you'd want to kind of know a little bit more about the characters. I mean, why is Tarantino's character whispering in his ear? You're like, dude, just fucking say what you got to say. He's whispering in his ear the whole time, like keeping a secret and shit, which I liked that though. And the fact that you have this dude sitting there, trying to save his life, and the whole time Tarantino's saying, "Oh, he did this. He gave messages. Oh, he was selling help." And even when the guy's like, "She's like, I did not say fucking help. I ain't got no fucking help." But it was good seeing those scenes. And when I went back to watch this, I watched it the other day and I watched it today again. It is a fun movie. I mean, I do get a little bit what Adam's saying, like the bridge from the gas station to, the actual, when they go to the bar is, there's a lot of gap in between that. And sometimes it felt like it was a little bit rushed just to get them there. But it's a fun movie. The movie, when you go back to watch it, you're not supposed to take the movie serious, because it has comedic elements. It has the horror, but the whole thing is it's a movie that just, all right, we're going to make this movie. We're just going to go all out. I mean, the dude's sitting there, trying to stack dominoes while there's a stripper dancing on the table. I mean, the dude takes a whip out and steals this dude's beer and shit. Then he has that gun and shit. But this movie was not meant to be taken serious. And all the elements of the film are fun to watch. Harvey Keitel, he's such a great actor. I mean, I love how every single role he plays is so different from the previous. And he's such an underrated actor that doesn't get much recognition for all his roles. I'll be honest, I was glad the son got killed. He should have gotten killed a long time ago. Fucking drove me crazy on the whole
Not acting motherfucker.
Oh man.
Yeah, like not trusting his father. That bothered me. I was like, what do you mean you don't trust? Like,
There's
okay.
a reason why you never
Yeah,
saw that
I
guy
can see
again.
Yeah. Like, totally get rid of Julia Lewis. I mean, her character, and then a little bit after this, she did Natural Born Killers, which was another great film. So she kind of tied with Tarantino for a couple of films, but Yeah, I mean the transformations were pretty cool. I mean, the one that always gets me laughing every time I see the transformation is the band. They go from a guitar to body parts.
Yeah.
They just
The
keep
body,
saying,
yeah.
"And let's kill them."
I want to hang out with those guys.
Yeah, look how they go out. Let's kill them. Fuck you. And they blow themselves up.
Smoking marijuana, Joe.
Yeah,
Well, I like how
yeah.
they quickly strung up those body guitars. I'm like, what the fuck? How did they do
That
that?
shit
So
was-
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
it is.
It was funny. It was supposed to be slapstick. It was
yeah,
not to be
Yeah,
taken seriously.
Yeah, that's what you know. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is a fun film to watch. It is. You go back, like I said, it's not to be taken seriously. I mean, it has different elements of the film. I mean, the fact that at the end, here's she's sitting there like he throws her money. She's like, "Can I go with you?" And I mean, why would you want to? This dude just basically cost your family's lives and shit. You still want to go hang out with him, And then you could tell she wanted out of that life anyways. The whole scene where she tells her dad, "Do you not believe in God anymore?" I mean, I don't think she believed in God the whole time. But like I said, this movie is fun. The cast is great. I mean, when this movie, people see this movie, they always talk about Salma Hayek. I mean, she's beautiful. I wish her role was a little longer though, because I want to see Lauren. And one of the best scenes of this whole film is the ending of it, where you actually see the Aztec basically pyramid in the background, which I wish they would have gave a little bit more of that, because when I saw that, I was like, fuck, there's so much that was left out of this film that could have made it a lot better just with that scene. But overall, yeah, it's a fun film to watch.
Do we have any comment? You can read this one
Yeah.
here. Mama Rose chimes in. Danny Trejo was actually considered the most dangerous person on set. He was straight out of prison and had to have extra security to keep the cast safe from him. He's a fascinating story because, he was in prison for a while, and when he came out, man, he changed his life around. He helped other people in his situation. He got clean and sober, still to this day. And he's a great dude, man. That's a great lesson, and you could always come back no matter what. So.
Oh yeah, and it's funny because
Yep.
before we did this one, one of my coworkers never saw Anaconda, and I messaged you, "Hey, I'm putting Anaconda for my coworker."
Yeah.
And minutes later, I'm like, "Danny Trejo's at the beginning."
I don't remember that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
know how
literally he goes to get away from the Anaconda and shoots himself, but he's not even as built. So like, I don't know if built when exactly.
I don't think I ever caught that.
one. Yeah, he's right in the beginning. But I'm like sitting there like, so yeah, I got Danny Trejo 2 days in a row from 30 years ago because Anaconda turns 30 next year.
Listen, bro, if you watch any movie from that era, there's a good chance you're gonna get Danny Trejo multiple times.
Waiting for Machete to get built.
That's pretty much.
I like Machete.
I loved him in Desperado. He was amazing
Oh,
too.
yeah.
The knife.
That was his first role, I believe, right?
Oh my god.
But he was
That's
good
another,
at Heat
that's
as well.
another
Wow.
Robert Rodriguez.
Oh yeah, and he
was really
great.
good in Heat.
Small role, but man, he was good. You felt his scenes.
Oh yeah.
All right, Ricky, what about you?
I just get into the cast. That's what I want to talk about right now, because we're gonna have pretty much the same points on this. But Quentin Tarantino and George Clooney were great together. It's funny because Tarantino as an actor, he's always. Alexis says you've never seen him before. If you watch Tarantino's movies, he's always got some kind of small role in it. He's usually an asshole, so he just plays that role well. But him and Clooney together here were great, and just like him and Rodriguez were great as a team. That's like peanut butter and jelly, or like pepperoni on pizza, man. It's like they make themselves so much better when the two holes or the two parts come together to form that one whole. They both love grindhouse and 70s exploitation, the shit we're into. Me and Joe. So I love when they get together to do things because they don't always take it serious, man. They know this film ain't always to be like, taking every little thing that Muhammad Dodger says and analyzing it. No, like you've mentioned, that guy just pull out a guitar 1 minute and the second later it's a guitar made out of some poor schmuck's body parts. So that was good. But the Gecko brothers and Julia Lewis as Kate, I think Tarantino, he saw her in the film. I know JR mentioned Natural Born Killers. I thought I could have swore that's the one he saw, but maybe it was something else. But I know he was enamored with her feet. That's for sure. Like he is in it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Salma Hayek as Santanico Pandemonium. Like Joe had mentioned, that's taken from a film, and also interesting enough, a Mexican horror movie from 1975, of the same name. And yeah, Cheech Marin was the border patrol, the border guard. His name was Chet Pussy, by the way. That's what he's credited as. So. and of course Carlos, I want a beer, have a beer. And Danny Trejo as Razor Charlie. That's the first time I seen Danny Trejo. Honestly, was I believe it was this film. He was so intimidating, just the tattoos, the scars on his face, just the muscle build on him. And my boy, let's get into the cameos, which you're not really gonna talk much about, but I'll touch on him quickly. Tom Savini, if you're a fan of horror films, everyone knows Tom Savini, Sex Machine. This guy actually went and defended because some people kept saying, "Oh, the recoil would fucking destroy your balls if that was true," and he actually explained it in a way using logic. Because this guy's just a smart motherfucker. This guy was he was in Vietnam, damn it. Whatchamacallit, he actually explained it in a way that was plausible. I couldn't believe it. The fucking Sex Machine gun. Fred Williamson, Frost. If you're a fan of the 70s exploitation, it's a good chance of seeing him in a lot of things. Was that the guy? Guy playing dominoes. Was that the one you were mentioning?
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah. And the cold open, the great Michael Parks. This guy is in like every Tarantino film. And interesting enough, his name is Earl McGraw in this film. And this Earl McGraw character went on to go as the same character in Kill Bill, Death Proof, and Planet Terror. As the same character. He got killed here. So I think he probably died in most of those films. Except for, I don't know about Death Proof. It's been a while. But I know he survived Kill Bill. But Planet Terror, I believe he died. I think everyone died. Oh, did he die? No, I think he survived, right? Anyway. No, he probably died. Who knows? And the other guy in that cold open was John Hawkes. If you've seen Identity, he's in Identity. Great. I loved him during that era. He's one of those actors that was in so many fucking movies. I can never remember his name or the character name, but he was always there. It's that guy. So that's who John Hawkes is to me. The guy that had the whip was Greg Nicotero, a young Greg Nicotero. If you know Tom Savini, you have to know Greg Nicotero. For more modern audiences, he's a director and a producer and a makeup guy in The Walking Dead. So that's pretty much what the modern audience and the younger generation now would recognize him from. And Tito and Tarantula, that's the house band, Joe. That's a real band from Hollywood, California, by the way, that Rodriguez actually played with them. And did you know this? This blew my mind. John Saxon's in this movie. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Bro, I swear, I see this movie so many fucking times. I never knew this until recently. Well, I don't know, man. Was his role that small? Was he was a sheriff or something? Or
he was the one that said we're basically they're like we're questioning him about do you say that because and this is funny too, the fact that they had a stat count. They killed this many deputies, this many rangers.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so he was in that scene.
That was Kelly Preston.
And Kelly Preston was that I remember, but John Saxon.
She was interviewing him.
That shit must have went over my head. Or I forgot, but yeah, I think the movie just screamed cool, man. That's why I always saw this movie as fucking cool and hip at the time, and it has a style that makes it timeless, and that adds like the music and the atmosphere just adds to the immersion because it feels dirty and lived in. It doesn't feel manufactured or like a backlot of a set or anything like that. And I would say the practical effects still hold up, but sadly the CGI does not. CGI is pretty bad in this movie. Even when I first saw it originally, I'm not even then as a young.
They were like pig-faced vampires.
I was like, oh man, I get it. It's a budget issue for one, and also too, they only had like 5 of the vampire costumes. They had to keep recycling the same ones, and the puppets and the dummies that got blown up as other scenes. At the end, when all the vampires were like coming towards our heroes, and you see all the vampires in the background, those are all like dummies and puppets just hanging out. It's just the movie had a budget concern because of the gore. The movie, they wanted it to be heavily gory, and of course the studios don't want to put up money for a film like that because they're afraid it's not going to make any money back. So they said, okay, you can make your gory film, but you ain't getting a lot of funding from us. So they find no ways around it. Unfortunately, the CGI was the culprit in that. But hey, we did get a big Kahuna Burger reference, so hey, what I can't complain.
It was 90s CGI, so 90s CGI.
Yeah. I hated
the
that
best at
90s
all.
that 90s horror CGI specifically. Because don't forget, we had Jurassic Park in the 90s, but
Yeah.
horror films, bro, it ruined. This is why this last thing I'll say. This is why I really dislike 90s horror, because you rely too much on that horrendous CGI that just aged very badly. And I was right. Look, it looks terrible.
Yeah, the snakes in Anaconda, like I like when I remember when I saw that when it first came out, it looked scary. When I rewatched it, Tara was like laughing every time the snake attacked because it just looked so bad. And I'm like, yeah, now that I'm rewatching this doesn't look too good right now. Back then it was good. And Juliette Lewis did do Natural Born Killers 2 years. Before this, and then 2 years before that was that other one, California.
Oh, that's probably what GR was talking to.
It was Christmas Vacation, because she was on there too.
She was in there also. That was before that.
That's before, that's before this.
Before that. Because she was also in Cape Fear, which could be another one where because Cape Fear has that psychological.
Oh, that's a
thriller.
great fucking movie, bro.
So, and Tarantino likes those types of movies, so he might have remembered her from there. I know he's killing me.
Look at Albert, this for you. Damn, made me make some popcorn now.
and a year prior to this was when Danny Trejo was in Heat, because Heat came out in 1995.
Oh, okay, so Heat came before. Yeah, good shot.
Yeah,
and Desperado was before Heat, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah,
right around maybe. I don't know. But...
there. Yeah, I'm worried when the freaking munchies are gonna kick in. I'm gonna have to go make my own damn popcorn.
You got Agent 47. What up? What up, brother? What's up, everyone? Classic movie, great pick. Yeah, Joe picked this one, I believe, right? It's you, Joe?
Yep.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Of course, man.
What's up, Agent? I hope you're doing well, bro. Hope you're doing well. You and the fam.
But I mean, I'll keep mine things short because you guys have pretty much all said it. There's a reason I picked the movie. This, aside from the CGI, it is classic Rodriguez, Tarantino, style, writing, directing, and then putting them both together. You get this great combination of a movie that just the story itself. Yes, I would want more, but I'm okay with it because the movie itself is a little long, but it's entertaining enough. And
it goes by quick though because it is.
It goes quick. Yeah. It's the minute you get taken out of your jarred moment where the movie then goes this way. It's like almost you're starting another movie.
Mm-hmm.
The first part ended, the second movie is now starting. So it's like kind of like Grindhouse. You had Planet Terror and you had Death Proof. This is almost similar.
That was way worse though, because those are long ass movies. Both
they are. And I will say that when I was watching Salma dance again, God, it made me think of Vanessa Ferlito's dance in Death Proof.
By design, mind you. That was by design.
And I sat there and I was just like, when she started moving the hair, I'm like, oh, it's Death Proof right now. And I'm like, two of my favorite scenes as far as women dancing. But yeah, I mean, I will keep watching this movie. I've seen it so many times. I don't care if he's not going to watch it with me again. He can walk in the living room, see it's on, and keep walking around. I have other TV things to watch.
I think if he watches it again now with a more open mind and listening to us, he might appreciate it for what it is. He might not like it still, but he might. You know what? I get it. I may not like it, but I get it.
So, all right, let's go ahead and give our round of scores. I've forgotten to mention this part because I've gotten used to thinking everybody's tuned in. We rate from 1 to 5. With the occasional, sometimes some of us bend the rules and do quarters and what have you. So yes, and necessarily a 3 isn't bad either. It just sounds bad because it's right in the middle, but it's not. So, Albert, let's give it your score. Any last little things you want to talk about the movie?
I wanted to talk about why they decided to go with green blood instead of red blood for the vampires, so that they wouldn't get that NC-17 rating, and also to differentiate the gore between human and vampire as well. Right, but also Tom Savini, a lot of people think because he's in the film that he worked on the practical effects, but actually it was KNB Effects Group that did the practical effects. And yeah, God, I love this film. It's so I don't know. It's just one of those ones where I want to continue to get the best copy of it. Like right now, I only have a DVD version, but I want to get the Blu-ray or the 4K or the whatever it is, right? To make sure that I have like the best version of it that's out. But yeah, I really like this. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
All right.
I just really noticed in the foreground, Albert, that is that a zombie from Return of the Living Dead, or is that just a zombie? That's a hold on, man.
Which one?
What are we talking about?
Right in
This
front. Yeah.
Is that Mars Attacks, right?
this guy. This is just
How come I
a.
can't do it?
I got this from Michael's, and I just thought it looked cool because it was green.
It looks
I'll
like
try to get it.
Mars
There we go.
Attacks.
There you go.
I thought it was like Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks.
So it does look like the Mars Attacks people.
It does.
Yeah, because of the brain. Yeah. That's pretty.
Greenish, yeah.
That's awesome. I think the green is what puts it over the top for me. I love it. It reminds me of that 80s fucking like color palette that all these fucking horror movies slapped onto the products.
All right, Lexi.
Last thing I really got to say is I love the cold open. I thought it was going to go one way. It went a completely different, but it was a good shocker. I was laid down watching. They're talking a lot. They're trying to escape. And it was a little snoozy in the beginning, just a little bit, not too bad. I still had my eyes and I didn't fully fall asleep, but I went from laying down to like, whoa, what the fuck? I got up and I was like, what the? And I just had to pause and breathe for a minute. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And I might have been a little high too. So I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then when they brought out, Danny and Cheech from Cheech and Chong, like when those are characters I grew up on and loved. And so I'm just like, Machete, Cheech and Chong. So I'm like, okay, now I'm in this. And I enjoyed the whole scene. But long live the register guy in the very cold open. Tarantino gaslighted his ass. He did not give any signal to the pig, is what he called him. But I enjoyed this movie. For me, it's a 4 out of 5.
All right, JR.
All right, so the thing about the beginning too is before they hit Mexico's, the whole thing was showing the dilemma how Seth realized that his brother is totally fucked up and didn't want to blame his brother for his own tendencies to the point where he was taking the blame for the way his brother behaved. Because that scene was like, he brings the food. He was like, where's she at? Oh, she's in the bed. And he's acting like none. And the whole time he's like, what's wrong with you? Then he starts blaming himself. So I think that was the whole character development at the beginning of that. And they needed to bring that up because when Tarantino's character gets basically attacked, you don't feel any sympathy for him getting attacked. It's like they made this character. I mean, think about it. He's a sexual predator, man. And they made him as creepy as possible.
Not likable at all.
No, yeah, and then made Seth, George Clooney's character, this asshole, but this badass who has morality because he always gave his word, and his word always kept getting broken because his brother.
Right. Well, he said he's a professional thief. He said it best himself.
Well, but he didn't want nobody getting killed. Unfortunately, his brother was always the one pulling the trigger. And one of the funniest scenes in this film is when they're basically at the border arguing in the freaking bathroom, and then he calls him a nut, and then Tarantino character flips out. Did you just call me nut? And they're arguing, and then he just one quick punch lays him out. The next thing he wakes him up. What happened? Oh, you fell, and so.
Oh man, my glasses! My glasses! My fucking glasses!
You don't remember?
Yeah, he was.
I did love that.
Childlike in a way because I mean,
he had issues. Yeah,
he got punched in the face, and then when he's telling did you mean what you said in the room? Where he imagined that basically she.
Yeah.
I
hate it. I've always hated those parts. So.
And it's creepy, but it's
and she's young. She couldn't drink the beer in the bar. She's like, I'm not 21 yet. I don't know if she was 18, but she seemed fairly young. So I'm like,
it didn't matter.
I'm glad Richie died.
Same.
But you weren't supposed to like his character, No. And the two least liked characters in this film were Richie and the son, because that son was a little fucker, man.
Same with Planet Terror. With his head.
Yeah, I would give this movie 4. It's still enjoyable. Yes, the CGI it's not the greatest. I know they made a series out of this film. I wish they would go back and dive more into like reset the series because I do think this has a lot of storytelling to involve. You don't have to go back to the brothers, but give us a little bit more about the Incan Temple. Like what happened? How did that get there? Or how did that, the vampires come? I think there's a lot more story they could tell to this. And it'll be something I'm interested, to watch because I want to know what is the history between, the Aztecs and, these
Well,
vampires.
question, Jr. There's sequels, isn't there?
It's
So
sequels,
is it
I guess,
anything
yeah, man.
There's
continuing?
3,
or-
right?
There's a
three,
lot
but
of
they're
them.
not. Yeah, but they're not.
They're loosely
So
connected.
it's not continuing
No,
from
no,
seven.
no.
I think Danny Trejo came back for one of them. Right?
Yeah,
no.
it's not something I would say, hey, you should watch it.
No.
They're not.
No.
They're just trying to make money. Unfortunately, they
know.
don't make any money.
Straight to the bargain bit.
Rick, did you watch the series at all?
Yeah, I saw the whole thing. Yeah.
Was it good? Was it like, do you feel like if they would have went a different direction with it?
What it is, it starts off exactly the same with when they're in the in the actual convenience store. But the biggest difference between this film and the series is in the series they actually they attempted to make Richie as likable as possible. He wasn't like he wasn't sick and like mentally ill or nothing like that. He was not a sexual predator or anything. He actually became one of the heroes of the fucking movie. I mean, of the series. So the series, unfortunately, while it had good moments in it, it just floundered because by the end of the series, I don't want to give no big spoilers, but actually, I'm not even gonna say it in case you want to see it.
But do you feel if they would have went that route, more of the actual vampires, the vampires?
They did in the series. They did get into that. So I don't want to say too much in case you want to go back. It's worth watching because Elisa Gonzalez, she plays Santanico Pandemonio now in this one, and she's gorgeous as well. And I forgot the dude who plays Richie. Not Richie. Seth. We know who he is though. I forgot who he is. But he's not bad. But it's just it's so contrived and it tried too much. It tried too much.
To change the story. Like you can't go back and change.
Yeah, because the biggest complaint people had was Richie. Oh, I hate that guy. He's like I forgot who mentioned it here on the panel, but he's supposed to be hated. You're not supposed to like him. No. So you could tell when they came up with it. And this guy looks like fucking. They made him clean cut. He looks like Patrick Bateman with glasses in this fucking movie. It's just and they try to go out of the way and just make him like the cool guy. And Seth is more of the hothead, I didn't like any of that, but it has moments. But I wouldn't recommend no one to go out of their way and spend like the 3 or 4 seasons that it is. To be honest with you.
Yeah, and one of the best back and forths in the film is when they sit down to start drinking, and Jacob goes, "Are you such a loser?" He just starts talking shit to him. I love Jacob's character. Are you such a loser? You don't realize you won? What's wrong? Oh, that gorilla touched me. I'm like, I was like, it's funny. Like Jacob, you felt for what he's going through to the point where, you felt bad for him. And here he is just trying to do the best for his kids. And he should have fucking left his son behind. 4 for me.
Ricky?
It's funny because the character of Scott, that's the Asian kid. Again, horrible fucking actor. I don't know. You would think with Tarantino and Rodriguez, the caliber of quality talent that they get for their movies. I want to know because I can't find the answer. Why this guy? Was he a friend of someone on set? I have no idea. But the coolest thing about this guy was his Precinct 13 shirt, which was a nod to John Carpenter's Assault for Precinct 13 because Rodriguez and obviously Tarantino are huge Carpenter fans. And Joe, what's that got to do with this?
Tomorrow is John Carpenter's birthday, but not just John Carpenter. Oh, the Wolfman. His birthday's tomorrow. So we'll give you a quick happy birthday, Albert.
Happy birthday, brother.
Thank you very much, guys.
Bro, you have a birthday on John Carpenter's birthday.
That's legendary, man.
Yeah. I'm telling you, John Carpenter is one of my heroes. I love his grumpy ass, man. This is the guy. This guy I always told the story, man. I'm outside of a restaurant during New York Comic Con, and he walks out of the restaurant next to me, man, with his boys. They're coming out of dinner. I'm sitting there like, oh man, That's John Carpenter, man. I froze. I couldn't. I don't want. He came out. I didn't want to bother him, but I love John Carpenter. This movie here, I love it as well. It's a solid 4. It would have been higher, but the CGI, unfortunately, it brings it down because it's. I'm not. You know me, man, Joe. You know me, and Jr. I hate bad CGI. It takes me out. And the Scott character again, dude, he was horrendous. Two things I hate in movies: actors that are bad that are supposed to be good. If you're purposely bad, if it's like a B film, I don't care. Or like we watched Italian movies, or the dubbing and shit. But this guy was just he's supposed to play an important character. He's horrendous. I'm sorry, I don't mean to pile on the actor. I don't. But it's a 4. I love this movie. It's so memorable and it's timeless. Again, even to this day, even with the weak CGI, it still holds up because of the characters. And we were introduced to again, Danny Trejo was around before, but this really introduced them into the limelight. We got Salma Hayek. She shined in this. George Clooney on an up and up. We had, of course, Tom Savini's in this movie, but he wasn't doing the effects anymore by this time. KMB was everywhere, and KMB kicked ass in this fucking movie with the practical stuff. Yep. It was really slapstick, really cartoony, a lot of the deaths and what the vampires turned into. And when Frost is telling the story with he's a Viet Cong or whatever, he's like killing people with his bare hands with a bayonet, whatever. And then all of a sudden, when people get bit and they take a while to turn into a vampire, and this guy gets bit, he turns around, motherfucker, the vampire bad. Again, wait, what's the rules here? Me and Joe talk about the rules in zombie movies all the time. Wait, what's the rules? How long does it take to be reanimated? They took liberties in this movie, but I don't care about that. This movie's fun. I love it.
And their appearances too. Before I give my score, I hit up some of the comments.
Yep. Alert. Oh, Albert, not alert. Sorry, Albert.
Alert.
I saw it when it was really small first. Hey, everybody. What's up, Angel? How you doing?
Hey, Angel.
Hi, Angel. And I gotta put this up. Hey, Boo. Yeah, I see you like that, Joe. And the villain. Hey, Angel. How are you, Angel? If you're still around, what's up? How you doing? Hope you are well.
We need Angel on the channel. I missed her.
I know. Absolutely. And Mrs. Tara Wilson. Happy birthday to the best husband. Yeah, that's the man right there. But look at him.
It's hard to tell if he's blushing because of his lighting. So
I am.
I was gonna say that too. Like, he's blushing. Nah, I can't tell from him. I'm a blind motherfucker. Like Joe, like JR says, if you're in the chat, toss in your reviews here. And yep, what's your rating, everybody? And GR adds, what did you not like about the film, Mrs. Wilson? And here you go, Joe, the addict.
What's up, buddy?
What up, family? What up? Gilbert, that's my man. Gilly, haven't seen you in a while. I hope you are doing well as well, my friend. Thank you for showing up. What up? I know he's a big fan of this film too, man.
Oh, and I sat there, and it's funny because
I know.
And I went, shit. I don't think I've sent Gilbert the schedule. Gilbert, I'll message you the schedule once we're all done.
And we've already talked about the CGI being terrible. I really like this movie. Ratings are tough because we watch so many movies, just not my all-time favorite. And this is the thing, this movie, because it is a kind of it turns into a horror film. The first half is not, but it depends. If you like horror, you're probably like, oh man, come on, let's get to it already. And if you don't like horror and once it switches, like, what the fuck? This is too stupid for me. So yeah, it's weird if going in. You gotta know what you're getting into, I guess. All right, busy as fuck. Happy New Year, yo. Happy New Year too, Angel.
Happy New Year.
That time of the year. But keep it busy means you're doing well. So awesome. And the Attic review says Lexi looking wonderful as always. What, man?
Thank you.
Me and Gia don't look good, man. What the fuck?
I needed to hear that.
Without from dusk till dawn, there is no sinners. I'm glad you brought that up again.
What I said.
I'm glad you brought that back up because when Lexi had brought it up earlier, I don't want people to think we hated Sinners. I loved it. But my biggest knock on it was the biggest strength for me. I love the vampires and From Dusk Till Dawn because it got really silly and they look cool. I was not a fan of how they treated vampirism in Sinners. That was my only hit against that film. Me on a personal level, I can't speak for everyone else. And voices from the Mausoleum, Angel 3. Not a massive fan. Too long to get to the vampire. Here we go. Perfect example. Yeah, and that's true. I can see that. I can see that because it does take a while to get there. Remember, remember when this movie first came out? There was internet, but it was prehistoric, and there was no social media. So chances are, unless you were like having your head like buried in a Fangoria or like a Rue Morgue magazine, you're not gonna know anything about this movie. So you're probably gonna see a trailer. Well, yeah, I would assume the trailer showed the vampires, right?
Oh yeah, I'm assuming so.
All right, so maybe the people did go in knowing it's gonna be a vampire movie, and it's even worse. That means you had to sit through like 40 minutes of nothing, right?
Well, and it's funny because I knew that the Sinners thing was going to come up, and I even told Adam as we were watching it, and when we had done the Sinners review, I was one of the ones that said that I felt they're both. I see where there's their inspiration, but they're both. I see them also separately because for one, in Sinners, the vampires were trying to get in.
Different.
In Sinners, the vampires were trying to get in. And From Dusk Till Dawn, they don't need to get in. They let their victims come to them. Okay. They wait till a certain moment. That's why you see at the back when it pans away, all of the victims through the years and years that have been hidden there. So for them, they didn't have to get in anywhere. They just get the, truckers and the bikers to show up to them and eat them. So that's where it kind of, I found where the big difference was. It's for me also for, it's a fun movie. I'll keep saying it. It is a fun movie. It's meant to be fun. It's not supposed to be like this serious movie. They never went for that. And as you keep watching it through the years, you start to see that even more and more. Because when I resaw the, guitar bodies, I was like sitting there. It looks so ridiculous right now. But back then it looked a little more gory from, how you remember it years ago. With some of this stuff, when you see it now, it looks a little ridiculous. So yeah, for me, it's a 4. Angel, thank you for popping in and saying hello.
Angel.
Bye, Angel.
If she's still here, I want to invite her to Return of the Silent Hill. We're doing that in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, whenever it's still.
Because that's a game I feel like she might have played or.
Oh yeah, she likes Silent Hill. She loved the Silent Hill movie.
So do I. That's why I'm like, I need to pick her brain. Okay.
But before we wrap up, I just because this is a different type of genre, so I was just curious. You don't have to give the whole detail in the movies. Just give the name of the movie if you know director. But if there's any other movies that vampire action, like for me, I am old school. The Lost Boys is always going to be the top. It gets like this. And 30 Days a Night.
I thought you were gonna say Blade. That's why I wanted this. Oh no, never mind. He switched to the Lost.
Yeah, no.
So you said action. That's why.
Yeah, well, but for me, so 30 Days of Night and Lost Boys are two that if you like this type of genre,
you put me
those
onto
would
that
be
one.
my 2 recommendations on that one. So, Albert, you got any recommendations to spit out?
If we're doing vampire films, I'm gonna go. One of my all-time favorites, just because it has so much heart and it feels like an adventure film, is going to be Interview with the Vampire. I know a lot of people have a negative thought about Tom Cruise, but man, I think that all the actors in that film killed it. Yep. I don't notice Tom Cruise as like a standout. He doesn't annoy me in that film. It kind of just flows for me. And Christian Slater being like the guy that's interviewing Brad Pitt in the beginning when he oh my, go check out that movie if you haven't seen it. As far as this film, Last Words, I just feel like a lot of people consider this as a B film or B movie. I don't think so. With the practical effects being on top tier, with the acting being top tier, Harvey Keitel, George Clooney. I even think that Quentin Tarantino did a really good job, especially that scene in the hotel room where he's him and his brother are getting into it. And they're showing that even though he's a fucking piece of shit garbage, freaking George Clooney still loves his brother. It's showing that brotherly love. And it's just like, even if he's doing the worst things imaginable, it doesn't matter. Nothing surpasses that. So
Angel says
Like-
I won't be able to see it until the weekend after release. This is in regards to Silent Hill. So if you review it the Thursday after release, I won't have seen it yet. Bummer. We understand though. We
Yeah, we
understand.
understand.
All right, and Gilbert, the top 5 vampire movies of all time. Is he gonna mention?
I think he's mentioning.
Okay.
No, I think he's saying.
That's
I
all
think
I'm
he's
saying,
saying.
like, yo, that's
you
a
know,
fun
I
movie.
think what he means, Dusk Till Dawn, is the top 5.
John Carpenter's Vampires is top 5
That's a
too.
fun film.
yikes, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'll be
Gilbert.
honest. I'm not a fan of that movie. I'll be honest. And
No.
that's like Carpenter.
Every-
That's Carpenter to me. That's one of his like misses. That's just I see it the same way as Albert on that one.
That could have been good.
Oh yeah, I went to the
Yeah.
theater to see that, man. I was like, what?
You know,
Interview with a Vampire, my favorite.
It's
Lexi,
amazing.
what about you? Anything to recommend?
Twilight. I'm just kidding.
I knew you were going to say that.
No.
I was going to say Twilight at
Just
first
to
too,
piss you
though.
off.
But no, I was going to say Twilight first, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that to them.
No, there's a few that I liked. Recently, someone, I think it was Rick, that put me onto Fright Night. That's a good one that I recently seen a year ago.
That's
I
a
think.
classic. Right there.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Fright-
I loved
yeah,
Fright
Fright
Night.
Night's amazing.
And then 30 Days a Night. I think that's
Ooh.
right.
Yep.
That
Another
was one
good-
of the very first,
Yeah.
like, that was one of the very first, because I'm not really into like vampire films, really. But that was one of the first ones that I remember growing up. Like, that's the first vampire film I've ever watched. And if I'm not mistaken, but that's one that anytime I think of a vampire film, I just remember that film, you know. But yeah, those are the two that I can think of, because you guys said pretty much almost all the other ones, so I had backups just in case.
You can still repeat them, though. It's all right.
Yeah,
It
you
just-
can
it
repeat
just-
them.
it
Yeah.
just- it
Well,
just gives
my
more
first one
cadence
was
to it.
Blade. That was the other one I grew up on. was
That's a
watching
good
Blade.
choice.
Good choice.
That's
Good
that's
choice.
fun.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
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 The villain?
Going international, let the right one in.
No.
Great.
Oh,
The right one in. Have you seen that one, Albert?
Oh yeah, no, I have both versions.
I would say let the right one in.
Oh.
Thirst. If you haven't seen Thirst,
Thirst is good, too.
that's a very good international one. And a classic one of Joe's favorites, One's Bitten.
Joe.
I like One's Bitten, man.
Yeah,
One's
One's Bitten is
Wait,
so
wait. Is that with Leslie Nielsen? That one?
No, One's
No.
Bitten is the one with Jim
Oh.
Carrey.
Jim
Carrey,
Carrey.
man.
Oh, Jim
Carrey,
Carrey.
yep.
Jim Carrey.
I think it's pretty much his first movie.
How can you not? Yeah, because he was riding the high of In Living Color.
Yeah.
So that was his first solo film.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
no.
or is nobody gonna mention Bram Stoker's Dracula? I'm not.
I
It
don't know.
was no, what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, no,
You got this guy stumbling over here,
Gary
bro.
Oldman's performance as Dracula
Right?
is hands down the best. Nobody has done Dracula like Gary Oldman. I mean, the only one I you could say gets close in a way would be Skarsgård's performance as Nosferatu. But as far as
Yeah.
pure Dracula,
Bro, the rat scene.
Gary
Oh
Oldman,
my
amazing.
god, bro. Talk about
Yeah.
flipping the switch, right?
Well, and I didn't stump. I just didn't know because Ricky didn't say his yet, so I didn't know if Ricky might have actually had Dracula. Which was yours, Ricky?
All right, so I got 3 films, right? Well, I'll get this one out the way because everyone keeps bringing it up. Only because I just saw this like a couple years ago because Joe put it on our schedule for what we did it
Comic
for
book horror show.
the comic book horror show, 30
Based on a
Days
graphic
a
novel.
Night, 30
Oh,
Days
God.
only because the fucking atmosphere. It's consistently
Yeah.
dark. It's snowing. It's cold. You could just I couldn't believe it. God dang, it took me this fucking long to really watch and appreciate that movie. And my other two,
that movie haunted me.
um,
That's why I mentioned that one.
yeah, and,
That
and-
movie's
and-
fucking amazing.
Albert, do you have the books as
Yeah.
well?
The comic books,
Yeah.
I've tried to collect some of them. It's been hard
Yeah.
to find those.
Yeah.
They're
See,
very hard to
same.
find.
By the time I discovered the movie, or not, I mean, I knew of the movie for years. I just never saw it. But they were harder to find. But I did pick up a few of the graphic novels because those are easier to attain. So the vampires, the look, it's spot on to the source
Oh,
material
yeah.
with the shark teeth and the black eyes. Jesus Christ, what a great look. My other choice though, I would say, and I know these two guys, they know I'm gonna go very old on this, But a movie, a lot of people don't really either they never saw it or they don't care for it because it looks like trashy or boring. But if you want a different take on a vampire movie, George A. Romero's Martin is so.
Okay.
This movie is so fucking good. John Amplis as Martin. It's about this a regular kid who he was raised to believe himself to be a vampire, and he goes to live with his cousin, and his cousin is a super religious nut, and he keeps telling him, "Don't kill people in the city," you know. But one thing leads to another, and it's you don't know. Wait, is he really a vampire, or is it in his head, or you don't know what's going on? But it's just the directing. This is when George Romero started building his style, and just all the sets. They're not sets. They're actual people's homes. So the houses that are in here, they look so authentic because they're real. There's no props. There's no set design. That's as lived. Like when me and GR get invited to do production work, we go to someone's house like that. All right, let's shoot here. We don't gotta do anything. So it just feels real. It's from the 70s. It's this is right before they had Romero did The Crazies, then he did Martin, and then he did Dawn of the Dead. So it's right in between there. So this is when Romero was finally started to get his footing. So Martin, great fucking movie. It's so different, and I just adore that fucking movie. And the last one, it's a newer film, not now, but like 2000s, 2005, 8, somewhere around there. But Blood Red Sky. Has any of you guys seen that movie in here?
No, you told me about it.
So what did you think, Albert? I'm not saying it's the greatest film, but I'm saying being different. I'm trying to like.
Yeah, I mean, there's I enjoyed it. I thought it was different, and there's things I liked about it. I wished that it almost made the vampire seem like it didn't have those superhuman abilities, right? Like it almost made her seem like she was weak in the film.
She was sympathetic. Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And for me, it's like I would have liked to have seen her be a little bit more. Not that she didn't end up being that, but God, I would have liked to see her rip the shit out of some of those motherfuckers on that plane. That's all I'm saying. Like right off the bat.
You know what it is? Like for me, you're right. I agree with everything you're saying. It has flaws, but the reason why I guess because we're talking about From Dusk Till Dawn. I went into this movie not knowing what it was. I'm scrolling through Netflix, I think, and I saw Blood Red. You know what? Fuck, it's late. I gotta find something. I just threw it on. It's short, and I'm watching it, and you think you're dealing with like a cancer patient or something, but when it's revealed what she really is, I'll be honest, I was like, oh my God, how did I not fucking see this shit coming? Like, I mean, once I got there, I caught the clue, so I wasn't like, but once I started to figure out, oh my God, now I think I know what's happening. Then when it happens, it's a good movie. It's average, but in a good way. You're not gonna be bored or offended or think you wasted time. I just think I like that they took a swing. Whether they missed or hit out of the ballpark, it's up to your interpretation. But I think we need more movies taking chances, especially with zombies, vampires, werewolves. There's only so much you could do. So when a movie like that comes around, and it's another movie. This is real quick. I'll get to you, GR. It's a Nazi movie that they go into this boat and they think it's deserted. It's during the the war, so it's the Europe versus the fucking Nazis and shit. And of course, lo and behold, there's fucking vampires on the boat instead. So that was fucking. I forgot the name of that movie though. But the girl from Evil Dead Rise, the main character from Evil Dead Rise, the mom that gets turned into the Deadite. She's one of the main characters in that movie, and she's the only female character in that movie. Anyway, I'm done.
I just got one real quick one. I forgot because Radar was here. He would say, but Life Force.
You know what's funny about Life Force? I just saw that for the first time a couple months ago. I told Joe, Joe, GR did Life Force in Radar. I never seen it. It's a Toby Hooper movie. I never seen it. I gotta correct that. I saw it. I was fucking nice as hell. It's like 40 minutes of like this naked chick just fucking around fucking naked. Like, what the fuck? You don't make movies like this anymore. But no, the movie, she was bad. She was. But the movie itself was fucking, it was good. I enjoyed it. It had Steve Rails back.
What do you think of that one, Albert? Life Force.
I honestly haven't seen that one.
Ooh. You gotta
So
watch it.
I'm gonna need to
Oh,
check that
I'm not.
one
I'm not the only one. All right. There you go. Yeah, check it out. It's streaming. Whoa! The church scenes and soundtrack are amazing. Which one?
Vampires. About vampires.
Got you. Hola, hey Selena, what's up?
Hey, Lena.
Selena V in the house. All right. A girl walks alone at night.
That was good.
I haven't seen it. It's good, Joe. Did you recommend it?
No.
Mhm.
And Night Watchman on Tubi is a hidden gem.
All right, yo, if you say it's a hidden gem, I'm gonna watch it, and if I agree it's a hidden gem,
You'll cover it. There you go.
I'm gonna cover it. I'm gonna have Gil come on and tell me why he thinks it's a hidden gem too.
All right. Well, Albert,
Hey, Rick.
thank you for.
Sorry, were you talking about the film Blood Vessel?
It could. Yeah, I think it is Blood Vessel. Yeah, I think it is. Hold on.
Okay.
Let Joe.
I feel like
wrap it
I've
up.
seen it.
I'll check right now. Oh, Joe, you can wrap it up. Good, Joe.
We sure?
Yeah.
Well, everybody who commented, thank you for joining. We appreciate you. We hope to see you next week. Speaking of zombies, we're going to be doing 28 years later, The Bone Temple. Albert, as always, thank you for joining. Thank you for reaching out to us, jumping on this one. Lexi, thank you for doing another first watch with us. My brothers, again, a retro review. I love doing this thing with you guys. And with that, Ricky, take us home.
All right, everyone. Thank you once again. And Albert, once again, bro, happy birthday. Enjoy
Happy
your day
birthday.
tomorrow.
Thank
You
you.
better
Yes,
be
happy birthday.
knock back some brews and watch Life Force. There you go.
Yeah,
That's a good way to spend your birthday, bro.
Definitely.
Look at this guy. He's always got some head like popping in from somewhere, bro, or some body part. It's funny. I was talking to P-Rock once when went over his house. He's like, he's like, I love that dude that always shows up to your streams and he's always got body parts laying around the fucking table. I was like, oh, that's Albert. That's what you're talking about. All right, everyone. Thank you once again. Stay good. Stay healthy. Watch horror movies. Most of all, stay